Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this review, we're going to be taking that Joytoy's officially licensed Chaos Space Marines. This is the Black Legion's Havocs champion. We just looked at the Ultramarines champion. Now we're going to look at one of his enemies. Here's the packaging it comes in. We have this jet black box, nice figure artwork. These are recommended for adult collectors, age at least 15 and older. Nice Warhammer logo there in the middle. Top of the box. Bottom of the box. Side of the box. Other side of the box. Back of the packaging, we do have the content statement. 4 product images, front, back, close up of the smaller ones and a large one with the figure and his accessories laid out in front of him. With that being said, let's take a look at the clamshell. Here he is in the clamshell, looking menacing. Looks really cool. And you do get the actual trading card with this one. Pretty nice looking. Not too bad of a card stock, I guess. Here on the back, mostly Chinese, except for his name. What is that? Slael? Something like that. Here he is, straight from the black pits of God knows where. He looks pretty nice. Figure looks very eye-catching on your shelf. Black body with a lot of gold touches. Definitely would have for a champion decked out in gold. Here is the head sculpt, all corrupted with chaos. You have this red hair, red band. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be hair or a band. If that's supposed to be a band, maybe should have wanted a different color. We have a white wash through. There's a little bit of like black throughout here and there. The head sculpt's pretty dead looking. Scars. We have like the off-white skin with the brown highlights for the wrinkles. It's like he has some tooth issues. Pretty nice details on the side. We have some black tubing, and then if you can tell on the bottom there's like part of a helmet piece right there on the back. But I don't think it comes with an alternate helmet, so that's unfortunate. Do have some devices there on his head. It's pretty cool. As you see, his head does rotate 360 all the way around, back and forth, side to side. Take a look at his chest armor. Got this gold piece here that kind of tucks down, comes up to a point, and back down and around again in gold. There's the top of it. A lot of space there. Then we have this kind of like a medieval fence design, but these spearheads on them and tooth or claws. One of that black tubing right here comes down like an X, smaller up the top, bigger at the bottom. Then it comes to this center skull piece. That is incredible sculpted. That looks menacing. It's a different shade of white. It's like a more brighter white with the brown highlights and the black eyes and nose. That looks pretty cool. The pauldrons just look as sick as the figure does. You have the gold trim with the extra layers of armor. We have a really awesome looking skull in the center with this circle piece into these triangle spike spear pieces with either claws or teeth or whatever they're going for there. This side we have the Black Legion insignia. We have the armor on around the pauldron in gold. 2 more fangs or teeth. On the gauntlet, we have trim in gold with a spearhead that goes all the way around the figure. Same for this pauldron is the same. Oh boy, looks like my joints are tight. We do have this side panel here, all trimmed in gold. Some spikes there on both sides. This waist piece is incredible. There's a lot going on here. It's like we have to kind of utilize, I think, the Black Legion's insignia in this belt piece here in gold, like right in the middle. We have some sculpted chains. Now, none of this is all PVC. There's no chain, no plastic chain. It's just PVC, but beautifully sculpted, in my opinion. Here, we had the skull piece here in the center with like a spearhead. Chain mail here in the back, chain down the side into this red piece, kind of like a spike ball, but it's not actually a ball. It's a flat on the back. If it's supposed to be illusion like that. He does have trim on top of his legs and gold there on both sides, hidden behind this piece. Under here, we have this wicked screaming skull with kind of like ram horns, I guess. Man, is that painted really cool. Got the red inside, the black gloss eyes, gold teeth. Same color skull, white as the chest piece up here at the top. And we have all this, and that's all this trim around the knee. You can see how this is just like cut into all this pieces. The black, the teeth. Over here, nothing on the actual knee itself, but we do have that trim. Incredible looking trim. There's a lot of detail here at the feet. Heavy spike toes, 3 on each foot. Let's check out the back, see what kind of detail we got. Here we got a little bit of gunmetal there. The tubing kind of stops, so I guess it would go behind the power pack. Here we have this flap on his back side, a little tooth there. That trim that comes around the back here gives you the illusion like, you know, there's this armor strapped around his back, and the trim around the back of the calf with the teeth throughout. A couple little cuts in the armor there. Bottom of his feet is quite large. 2 different peg holes for a stand, which does not come with the figure. I guess you have to make or try to find one that fits it. It doesn't need a stand. I mean, he got such massive feet. Don't even need it. Let's take a look at the articulation, what it's going to let me. Feeling, okay, there's definitely butterfly joints on this figure. You can see there. Goes in and out. That's just great. The pauldrons are, this is a V1 body, so to speak. It has the ball peg, which you can move this pauldron all around. Up, down. Both sides. This isn't a ball joint, but it's not. I'm afraid to break this. It needs to be heated, I guess. It would go 360 around. We have the bicep turn right there, 360. Double jointed elbow. Hands go down and up, in and out, all around and in between. Chest armor is in the way of the waist, so we can go back some. Stops kind of forward because you have this piece right here that kind of hits the belt. Side to side. Those are 360 rotation, but let's see. Oh, we might be able to get it. Yep, we can get that. We do have the thigh rotation, double jointed knees. With such a lot going on there, it's going to bang from the top of the leg to the back of the calf. Feet pivot down, up, down, side to side, toe articulation up there. So pretty good articulation for the figure. My arms need to be heated. I can feel them wanting. It's not a good idea for me to turn those. It doesn't look like, it's like the joint is actually quite small. But I'm not going to force it. I need to heat that up. And so, but you can see an arm rotation there before, so it's not like you're missing anything on this figure. Main thing is the aesthetics of this cool figure. We common to expect some type of heating is required in almost every brand anymore. Kind of wonder what changed from when I was a child, where I could take it out of packaging, play with it, not have to say, hey, Mom, Dad, heat my figure so I can play with it. Never happened. Doll collector, here we are, heating figures. You know, go figure, right? So the aesthetics and the detailing and paint and all that good stuff doesn't stop with the figure. It follows through with every accessory that he has. So I start out with the obvious big piece here. This is his power pack, and it is corrupted by chaos like no other. It's huge. We have, you know, these holes in the top. We do have this, the cylinder piece that's usually on the back is his decked out and kind of like spearheads, gold trim throughout. These pieces here, like the vents here on like on steroids or something because they're huge. We're used to seeing, and you can see like this piece is kind of like this, like a hand is like grabbing the jet piece, and it goes all the way around with the claws throughout there on both sides. And then we have these claws or teeth here that they're just like protruding through the vent. That's really cool. Here's some silver tubing here on the side, cylinder. On the back, just as good. The trim comes down around in gold. The silver cylinders there. This kind of engulfs his backpack as it sits down on his side. Definitely haven't seen these kind of pins before. They're usually just, you know, stuck out. And so let's see how well this fits. So this is pretty much going to swallow this entire piece here. There you go. Man, that went on perfectly. Look at that, no gappage. There it is, looking incredible. It's huge. These Chaos Marines are actually some of the bigger of these Space Marines that are offered by Joytoy so far. Very nice. You can see how high that sits. Makes him even look bigger than he actually is. I mean, he's a big boy to begin with. I mean, so he is the champ. Champs can't be small. Now, next up, just as cool. I think we've seen enough chainsaw swords. Oh, look at this one. This is definitely corrupted by chaos. Gold here. You can just like stab with that red handle. Hand protection with spikes. And it's throughout here. Ring for some reason. We have the motor. We have a spearhead. A really nice skull. White and black. Gold trim here. A spearhead. A little red there. Probably on the for the rotation of the chainsaw. Then we have a piece here that kind of hides the blade of the chainsaw, and then you replace it with like a blade for slicing action. So we have a little bit of chainsaw exposed on this side, and then on that side. This side is just as nice. I can't hold on to this thing even though it's massive. I don't see any differences in these sides. So there you go. That's really, really incredible. Let's see how well. Well, I'm not going to move his arm up because it's stuck. Now, see that right there? That's kind of flexibility. That's pretty cool. That's good flexibility. That's what we want. So you can take your figures, weapons. See that? Can't do that with a V2 body. And there's that sword. Looks incredible. Look at that meat. That's a nice piece. You're not going to get accessories like this anywhere else. Never seen nothing like this for any other toy company. They don't want to even go near stuff like this because, like, I don't know if they're afraid of lawsuits or whatever, but not Joytoy. They go full speed ahead. Here's this gun. Incredible. It's kind of like a heat pack or something here. Some kind of coil. Spikes on the top. Got this device here. What that is. Some tubing there. There's a grip. Flat black. Gunmetal blade on the front. Pretty well drilled through the front. So that's pretty cool. Alternate side. Bottom. That's incredible. Nice sculpt. So we'll take that out of his hand. And that's laying down here. So you can watch me how easy I can put weapons into a V1 body. Look at that. I even thumb went right in the trigger guard. I mean, sheesh. Can't beat that, guys, right? Ooh, be careful with that. I keep forgetting about that. But there he is with his gun, for what it's worth. It's massive. Let's see. Just for fun. Look at that. Oh, man, that's perfect. Tell you what, you don't really appreciate that until they change something. Huh. Effortlessly. There we go, guys. Look at him. He's ready to take on the Ultramarines champ. get the title, get this match going. Look at that. That guy's a beast. Here we have 2 alternate hands. Gripping one. And very nice and flexible. Here. Nice and flexible. So, pretty cool. And that's it. That's all you get for this beast. He's really cool. For my cons is I need to heat them up. My shoulder joints are stuck. They look a little thin or small, like for the sheer size of this guy. I'm sure there's no issues there for that, but just got to get him into operating condition. Got to get that factory seal broken. But other than that, I understand the range because of the sheer size of this guy. So you kind of give up some of the posability and for the aesthetics. It's kind of a mishmash wash in a sense. Obviously more going on, more stuff, less range of articulation. Beautiful. He's just a beautiful figure for the overall pros. Amazing amount of detail. You don't even get this amount of detail in a 6-inch figure anymore. I mean, look at McFarlane's figures, and we're on the same detail level as Joytoy's 1/18 scale. Beautiful figure, beautiful sculpt. Looks incredible. One of a kind of weapons. You're not going to get these anywhere else. If you don't appreciate the figure, man, the weapons are just out of this world, in my opinion. So having those in your collection for whatever you want to use them for is a huge plus. And you definitely going to leave a presence on your shelf when your friends walk in. You're like, whoa, what is that? If they're not familiar with Warhammer. Hope you guys liked this review. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. And we'll see you in our next review.